The Do What strategy helps students with executive functioning skills, specifically attending to a task. And as you watch this quick video, I'm using an app called Freeform. You can download it from self-service. It's basically a digital whiteboard where you can insert images, you can insert videos, you can insert stickers, shapes, all kinds of things, and you can write on top of them without them moving around. So it's a pretty nice instructional tool to use. So the Do What strategy, you might have remembered at our staff meeting, I basically gave an example that hypothetically I was out at lunch recess and I asked the students this question. I said, or I gave them this task. I said, please build a snowman with a bottom, middle, and top section. And guess what I got? This right here, this giant, humongous snowball. Not really, maybe part of the task was attended to, not all of it. And this is so common when we give our students instructions that they may not attend to all the different tasks. If there's multi-steps, they might struggle with that. And also for us as learners too, I know for me, the Do What strategy helps me really zoom in and focus on my task. So if we look at the examples from our staff meeting, just as a real quick review, this is from Ashley Burke's math class. She had her students doing some word problems, and this word problem right here, you can see, has multi-steps. So students have to find the ratio of bananas to oranges in the graphic. Then they have to write the ratio as a fraction. Then they have to write it as a fraction in simplest form. And then they have to explain it. So often students would only do maybe one of these steps. So Ashley had her students create a Do What chart just to break down all the 4 different steps they needed to do to get credit. So as students were doing the problem, then they could check off and self-monitor to make sure that they had completed all the steps. Ashley gave this as an option to students, and so it was a strategy they could use in their class if they found it helpful. I know we have our state assessment coming up here soon, so I quickly took a peek at one of the tasks that students were going to have to do on the for writing. And so one of the tasks students have to complete, and this is just an example of a 7th grade task, they have to first read this text about talking in code during World War I and World War II, and then they have to do complete a writing task down here. So it says, write 1 paragraph explaining why it was a smart way to use Native American languages to send secret messages during World War I and World War II. Be sure to introduce your topic, use descriptive words and details, and include a concluding statement. So in this case, students first thing they have to do is they have to write 1 paragraph. They have to explain why it was a smart idea to use Native American languages to send secret messages during World War I and World War II. They have to introduce their topic, use descriptive words and details, and then they have to also include a concluding statement. So students might annotate those things that they have to do, and then they can make a quick Do What chart on a scratch piece of paper where they are writing in, a lot of times I say Jot Talk or Cave Person notes, just to get the main steps that they have to do. So they're writing 1 paragraph. They are going back here and looking, they have to explain why it was a smart idea to use Native American languages to send secret messages during World War I and World War II. So I could say, smart, use Native, and I'm just going to put for that Native American languages to write or send, it's actually send messages. World War I, World War II. okay? And then they have to include a topic, use descriptive words and details, and include a concluding statement. So I could have include, and then they have to include a topic, description, or descriptive words, and they have to have an ending or a concluding statement. So we could put, you have to have an ending. Okay, so this is just one example of what students might, how they might use the do what strategy. You could use it for instructions before you go do a task. Students could create their own do what charts. It's just to help them with that executive functioning skill, attending to a task.